Thank you. Ayan. So, we're going to start the recitation right now. Starting with student number 29. And go.
I've learned how important the emergency codes are in cruise ship industry, which the members of cruise ship use this to be alert and to communicate to serious incidents while on board. So this allows them to pass the message without disturbing and frightening any passengers. So these emergency codes are very important and very helpful because of course to we allow them to know the emergency because incidents or accidents are cannot be avoided.
Student number 1, please.
Narinig niyo po ako?
Yes.
I learned that cruising is social. If you love to meet people from around the country, cruising provides a wonderful opportunity to make new friends. The fact that most of my relatives are working in the cruise, I learned from them that cruise ships work is actually really difficult. To be honest, they said that it's already difficult, already hard enough to work on the restaurant on land, but at the same, it's a whole other story. On the other hand, working in the cruise industry is actually nice because you get paid to travel. Thank you.
Student number 2. Student number 2. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll skip. Student number 3. Student number 3. Student number 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Student number...
Ay, sir, sorry.
Yeah, go. Student
Three
number
po,
3.
three. Sorry. Okay,
Go.
sir. This midterm we have discussed the cruise ship emergency codes, which is important to learn as we will work in cruise ships, the KTC terminologies, and the local cruise ship. As our group discussed the local cruise ship, I have learned that we have our own kind of cruise. It is like just a floating restaurant as the ship roams around vicinity only. Thank you, sir.
Student number 4. Student number 4. Good morning.
Sir.
Yes,
Good morning,
go.
sir. One of the things that I've learned in cruise tourism is about the Bohol River cruising. This river in Bohol is known to be one of the cleanest rivers in the country. Tourists take an hour-long cruise along the river while enjoying food, drinks, and music. Local musicians play native and novelty music. Motorized bankas and floating restaurants take cruisers upstream, passing by the nipahads, coconuts, and other tropical flora. That's also. Thank you.
Student number 5. Student number 5. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. May I see student number 6?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go.
Cruise has taught me that it's not always about the destination, but it's the journey that counts. In a cruise ship, the safety of everyone should always be accounted for. Even with announcing emergencies, the crew are very discreet, and this is why they have emergency codes. In order to be able to act on an emergency without causing panic, the crew takes care of their passengers not just in a form of safety, but also thinks of their food, accommodation, and entertainment. Examples of these are Alpha for medical emergencies, Bravo for fire, Charlie for safety.
Okay, thank you. Student number 7.
Security threat and Omega for man overboard. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Bongga. Student number 7.
Hello, sir.
Go.
So one of the few things I've learned is that when we talk about cruise, it doesn't really mean that it's an extravagant international cruise line. I've learned that we have our own local cruises as well. So one of which is the Lubbock River Cruise, a first-class dining experience. So as a tourism student, it's expected for us to be aware of different types of cruise we have in the industry. And another interesting thing I've learned is that I'm eager to learn more about the codes that they use in cruise ships in order for them to communicate. Okay.
Student number 8. Student 8, please.
Good morning, sir. So my learning this midterm helps me as a student to understand more about the field of the cruise industry, like different terminologies and emergency codes. It's interesting to know each of the meanings, knowing that these codes will be helpful someday. The importance of it as an advanced tool when it comes to emergency purposes, alertness, and communication. And of course, the local and European cruise like AIDA, P&O, Prestige, Lubbock, To Go, and others is an opportunity to expand our knowledge. That will be awesome.
Okay, student number 9. Ay, bugs. Student number 9.
Hello, sir.
Yes, good morning. Ganda. Go.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So good morning, everyone. So what we tackled so far is the continuation of terminologies and the local cruises. So for the first part, it is something about the cruise ship itself and all the emergency code that the crew members need to know in order for them to communicate to the other crew members and not to cause any worries to the passengers on board while something unexpectedly happened. So thank you po.
Thank you. Student 10. Student number 10, please.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, go.
Okay, during midterm, I learned that in cruise they were using emergency codes to signal through emergencies and to avoid panicking situations and panicking situations and undue alarm. Because we all know in cruise, sir, the passengers are there to enjoy, to unwind and to be relaxed. So the crew or the cruise line po is they are managing to make or to fix the problems or the situation secretly.
Thank you. Student number 11, please. 11. 11. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Skip tayo. Student number 12. Yes, student number 12.
Sir,
Yes.
ito na po. 11 po, sir.
Yes.
Biglang nawala po.
Yeah, go.
Okay na, sir. So what I've learned about cruise is that it enables tourists to experience multi-center holiday whereby tourists spend time at the various destinations throughout their trip. Also, I learned about local cruise, especially Lubbock River Cruise, and now one of the major destination of tourists, local and foreigners alike. And the Togo Maligaya wherein it the largest sea travel and the fastest and the most technology advanced roll-on roll-off passenger trip here in the Philippines. That's all, sir.
Student number 12. Student number 12.
Good morning, everyone. My favorite lesson in our midterm is the emergency codes. Cruise ship passengers rely on staff to look after them during their stay on board, with so much trust invested in cruise employees. It's vital passengers are not necessarily worried. To avoid panicking passengers, cruise ship workers use a series of words to communicate. Like when we said Alpha, it means medical emergency, while Bravo or Bravo means fire, and Charlie means bomb threat. Thank you.
You're welcome. Student number 13. Student number 13. Go.
One of the things that I learned or terminologies is travel insurance that could cover such unexpected events or medical issues that can happen during cruise walk. That's all.
Nervyos. Saan ka papunta? Baka nagda-drive ka ha, ikaw talaga. safe. Student number 14. 14. Hala. Anyway, skip. Student number 15. Student number 15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Student number 16.
Hello, sir. Good morning
Hi,
po.
good morning. Go.
So, what I learned about cruise ship is there are different emergency code that is used for able not to chaos when there is an emergency. Examples are code blue, which means medical emergency. Delta signifies the damage to the cruise ship. Bravo, Bravo, Bravo used to alert crew to a fire or serious incident on board without alarming the passengers. Also, I recall the fastest, largest, and the most technological advanced roll-on roll of passenger ship to go Maligaya. It can accommodate up to 800 people and it can go around Manila to Cebu 17 hours.
Thank
lang.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Oo. So, go back. Sige, go. Student number 14. Student number 14.
Ano po, sir? Sorry, sir, na ano po.
Sige, go.
What I've learned in local cruising here in the Philippines is local cruise is much affordable than international cruise trip. It is very memorable experience and you can relax while enjoying the perfect view of the island around you. The one I'd like to try is the Bangka Island cruise because I want to fish feeding in the middle of the sea. Yan lang po.
Okay.
So, sir, magpapa-injection po.
Yeah, okay, go. Stay safe. Injection naman pala. Okay. Student number 17. Student number 17.
Yes, sir.
Yes, go.
Good morning, sir. And during this midterm, I was able to learn about the different terms that will soon help me if I ever work on board. These are the terms that will surely shape me as a professional and be successful in the future if I ever work in a cruise ship. It made me feel anxious and excited to be able to be in this industry. Thank you, sir.
Student number 18.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Yes po. So, good morning, sir. What I've learned po in cruises, especially in local cruise, one of the example is in sun cruises. Even if you're working for too long in your company or your services, there is a test that we will test your ability. It's up to you how could you handle it. And also, sun cruises forces to close their services in tourism industry due to the ongoing pandemic. But also, they stated at the end po that like what Douglas MacArthur said. Thank you po, sir.
That I shall return. Diba? Student number 19. 19.
Yes po, sir.
Go.
What I learned in cruise is that some cruises offers activities that passengers enjoy whenever the cruise ship is in port of call, such as shore excursion, where passengers can enjoy like snorkeling, scuba diving, and paddleboarding. I also learned that in cruise, their customer service area or reception desk is called purser desk, where the guests can seek help in terms of lost key card, simple requests, and financial matters. That's all.
Student number 20. 20.
Sir,
Yes.
good morning everyone. What I've learned is the importance of the cruise ship emergency code. Some of the cruise ship emergency, we have the Alpha means medical emergency, Charlie means bomb threat, and Sierra means call for a stretcher. And the local cruises here in the Philippines, the Prestige Cruises, offers daily Manila Bay dining cruises 4 times a day every Mondays to Fridays and 5 times a day every weekend and holidays. The ticket for it is 500 with meal per person. And for the Royal Ship Yacht, it is started with the movie of Aga Mulak and Christine Hermosa. The busiest month for them is the December and the events that can do with their... Thank you, sir. Tawa yung Donna, ha?
Akala ko mag-promote eh, no? Nice
Thank you, sir.
delivery, ah. Okay, student number 21. Student number 21.
The
morning,
local
go.
cruise in the Philippines is one of the most attractive beach trips in long experience. I have learned that these cruises in our cities emphasize to experience different aspects of the local culture in each port. Cruising in the Philippines gives you the most energetic and fun vibes while seeing the view of cities and other natures, which make you feel delighted in traveling. You can enjoy chatting with other tourists, trying different food, try hopping activities, and other beach adventures. Cruising isn't just about traveling, but can be also held on celebrating events, which is also fun. So I hope this pandemic will end soon so we can experience this activity.
Wow, student number 22. Huminto yung ano ko doon yung mundo ko doon sa mga delivery ninyo. Student number 22. 22 and 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Skip tayo lang. Student number 23. Student number 23. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Student number 24.
Hi sir, good morning po.
Good morning, go.
I have learned in this midterm lecture is all about different cruises that we can see and ride in every places here in our country. For example, the Togo Maligaya. How many times I have tried it to ride this kind of ship? This is the largest and fastest ship here in our country. Sorry. Also, the most important is the emergency codes. It gives us knowledge on how to know what is the problem in the cruise or ship. I want to learn more about this because someday I'm aiming to work in the cruise industry. That's all of this. Thank you.
Parang feeling ko ang daming nanonood sa'yo sa bahay nyo. Student number 25. Student number 25.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What I've learned for this midterm is the continuation of the different definition of terms that will be really helpful to us to be familiarized about the cruise ship. Also, I've learned the different emergency code like the alpha code, meaning a medical and so on. I've learned that this code helps to not start a mess or the passenger don't get panic because we shouted like there's a fire on board. If we can say bravo, only us that know what that means so that people will not get nervous.
Will not get nervous. Nakaka-nervous ba? Student number 26. 26.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, go.
Wait, kontra lang po.
Okay, go.
So, what I have learned this midterm is that studying cruise tourism has significant economic impact both globally and at regional and local levels and different terminologies of the cruise, and especially the cruise ship emergency codes. The codes are ways to communicate serious incidents on board, including fire, security alerts, and even death, but it's still important that these have enough knowledge about the codes so that the passengers will not panic and stampede if there will be an accident or any kind of mishap will happen on board. And lastly, the different types of local cruises that we have here in the country.
Ang dami niyang information. Anyway, para sa finals, hahabaan natin. Okay, go. Student number 27. 27.
Narinig po?
Yes.
Hi, sir. Good morning. So I've learned for the midterm lessons that having knowledge in cruising codes help us to communicate and also build rather growth given the rise to demand for cruise ships. Over time, the cruise industry has developed its own set of terms that most important terms to know in case of emergencies that may help us to be safe on our own. For me, cruising is not just about traveling but also about learning experiences we should give for ourselves to be safe on our own. Ila, sir.
For world peace.
Redundant.
Diba? For world peace.
Yes,
Student number 2. Nakulangan ako sa ngiti. Dapat may ngiti. Anyway, student number 28. Nahuli yung ngiti. Student
Hi,
28.
sir. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Go.
So this midterm, I've learned some part in local cruise like Togo Maligaya is the largest sea travel, which makes me more interested. And do you know that it's the fastest and most technologically advanced roll-on-roll-off passenger seat. It can accommodate up to 800 people with much bigger and wider common areas. I also learned some important cruise ship codes that are useful, like Alpha for medical emergency, Bravo for fire, Code Red for outbreak or illness, or many more. Thanks.
Student number 30. 30. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll skip. Student number 31. Student number 31.
Rinig po ako, sir.
Yes, ganda.
So what I have learned during our midterm period is that you should grab any opportunities that you can to experience our local cruise ship because you never know when they will stop operating. So aside from that, our international cruise ships such as Ida Cruise Line and Coast Cruise Line, they will still continuously flourish as the time goes by. So aside from that, I have also learned that why emergency codes in our industry exist, and that is not to not cause any panic.
Ayan.
That's all.
Thank you. Ang ganda ng pusod niya ha, in fairness.
Sir! Wait lang po.
Ikaw na naman.
Ay, sorry sir, nag-share lang ako.
Sige na nga, go. Student number 30.
One of the things that I learned is luxury accommodation offered by the P&O Cruise Line. The first one is suites. They say that suite is more than a place to stay. It's an experience because you can expect VIP treatment all throughout your holiday, often receiving special perks. The second one and the third one is the balcony cabins and the sea view cabins. The key difference between the two is one has a window and the other one has a private veranda, usually furnished with chairs and tables. And lastly is the inside cabins. It is the least expensive and the smallest. These do not have windows but it contains everything you need. Thank you.
So ang ulo ko doon, in fairness, bongga. Spontaneous ha, student number 30 ha. Halatang wala kang papel dyan sa harap mo. Kasi nakatingin talaga siya sa webcam. Anyway, student number 32. Student number 32. Good morning, ganda. O, go.
In cruise tourism, I learned that cruise is a luxurious form of traveling, but at the same time, it includes cost-saving, safety, convenience, and fun that sail in several ports or cities of a country. In Philippines, there are several local cruise lines like first, the Prestige Cruise, which offers Manila Bay dining cruises for about an hour while being serenading. Second, the Lobok River Cruise is known for being a tourist destination offering a floating restaurant. Third is Island Bangka Cruises, offered in Cebu to experience island hopping and other water-based activities. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, student number 33. 33.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So what I've learned is that there are emergency codes for cruise ships. For example, Alpha for medical emergency and Bravo for fire. Lifeboats are sometimes employed to transfer passengers to the shore in ports. Also, like jacket vest that serves as a lifesaver, the Island Bangka experience starts at the reception area where guests can lounge and relax while waiting to board. To go can accommodate up to 800 people with a lot more space in the room. That's all for sir.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Nice. Student number 34.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ganda. Go. Yes.
During the midterms, I discovered the majestic local cruises here in our country. Plus, I think boarding these cruises will take us on another level because we all know how wonderful the bodies of water we have here in the Philippines, plus the hospitality of the people. It is also great to know that we have a huge sea travel direct to Maligaya, who will link Manila, Visayas, and Mindanao. And I think it is also a great opportunity to work in a floating destination that offers their own unique amenities, features, and adventures on board and off board. Thank you.
Student number 35.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Go.
Wait lang po. May camera na po ba po?
Wala pa. Ayan. Ang ganda
Ayan.
na.
Okay na. Sir! Wait lang.
Ano nangyari?
Sir, wag niyo daw patawanin siya.
Game na, sir. Good morning, sir. What I've learned from the whole midterm period is that despite of the jubility of cruising here in the Philippines, we still have the chance to experience cruising even in a short period of time. Cruise industry helps people to earn income and employment just like in the River Cruise. It benefits local shops and improve reinvestment on the local areas. And in addition, when it comes to ecology, cruising help us to understand the importance of taking care of our environment. Thank you, sir.
Ay, parang kulang sa oras. Ayun, hindi natapos. Sayang. Hindi, joke lang. Content na tinitignan ko. Okay, sunod number 36. 36. Siya ba yun? 37. Yes, go. Yeah, go. 36.
This semester, I learned in the cruise line subject a lot of function and needs in the cruise. It is important to discuss. We all know that in the future it will help a lot of us because cruise industry contributes sustainably local, regional, and economics. This would include cruise operations and cruise lines, as well as business and are involved with the manufacture of cruise ships. Traveling is a goal for me, especially in the cruise line. It is enjoyable and memorable. Given a chance.
Thank you. Student number 37. 37.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, go. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I've learned that cruise ships that are passenger ships designed primarily for leisure purposes, unlike ocean liners which are used for transportation. They usually embark on round-trip voyages to various ports where passengers can go on tours. In addition, for emergency signals, they use to alert the crew on board. The signs may alert the passengers to danger, but in others, the objective is to conceal the emergency from unaffected passengers to avoid panic or undue alarm. Thank you.
Student number 38. 38.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
What I learned in our midterm is that Roros is one of Gloria Macapagal and some of our cruises is Lubbock River Cruise, one of the major destination of tourists, local and foreign. Togo is the fastest, largest, and most technology advanced, and the island is launches the first Philippine to North Manila. This first vessel built in the Philippines by Filipino shipbuilders, and Sun Cruises focus on attractive tour packages, and they know that we can travel in Boracay by 700 pesos using Roro.
Halatang halata. Halatang halata malamig sa kwarto nyo. Nakakaingit. Sana all. Sige, salamat. Student number 39. Nagala ka siguro ng aircon, no? Grabe.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning. Go.
So, I've learned that cruise ships have their own emergency codes. That is, emergency codes for reporting serious incidents such as fire, security alert, and even death. Since their main goal is the safety of their passengers, the systems allows the security to... Hello, sir?
Yes, go.
Nawawala po connection ko.
That's okay.
Pwede po ulit.
Okay na. Okay lang.
Thank you po.
Welcome. Maganda yung grade ko sa kanya, don't worry. Student number 40.
Nakikita.
Tingnan nga natin kung kala ko naka-turtleneck ulit siya. Okay, go.
So, good morning, sir. All throughout the midterm lecture, I become more familiarized with not only international cruises, but also local cruises such as the Buck River, wherein we can experience dining while seeing all the nature's view around us. And also, I've learned that even if I'm here in the Philippines, I can also experience boarding on cruise without getting worried. And as a tourism student, knowing all the emergency codes will help us in every scenario that we might encounter in the future. And we should widen our knowledge of on all of the activities in the tourism tourism industries offers. That's all for me.
Sorry all, thank you. Student number 41.
Sir, okay na po.
Yes.
What I've learned about our subject during our midterm, Parkview Cabins, one of the Royal Caribbean's largest vessels, have open areas in the center of the ship, and they offer cabins with a view to this area known as Parkview or Central View Cabins.
Anong nangyari? Parang nakulangan.
Naputol.
Kaya nga eh. Anyway. Ayan, go. Student number 42. 42.
Sir.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. During the midterms, we tackled about cruise ship practice codes from 3030 Alpha, Bravo, 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 up to Zulu, Zulu, Zulu. That means a fight aboard the ship. Also about the local cruises such as Island Bianca cruises, Sun Cruises, Will Shipyard, Prestige Cruises that offers Manila Bay dining cruises 4 times a day from Monday to Friday and 5 times a day during the weekends. And also about the K to Z terminology. Yun lang, sir. Thank you.
Okay, student number 43. Voice? Yeah.
Sir, may camera na po.
Go. Meron na.
So, I have learned that working on a cruise ship has a variety of advantages, including the opportunity to travel to many different places, see different countries, and get free travel experience while doing so. And working on a cruise ship allows us to meet and interact with many different kinds of people, as well as learn about the different cultures and traditions. Thank you.
Welcome. Student number 44. 44.
Sir,
Yes.
kita po ba?
Wala pa. Ayan, go.
One thing I've learned about cruise is there are several different types to choose from, and providing cruisers with a variety of and different entertainment options. Also, the cruise ship code words the staff use to communicate serious incidents on board. And of course, knowing some cruise terminology will help make everything from future planning, because it is important to understand the terminologies to help their first time cruise passengers. Thank you.
Student number 45.
Good morning, everyone. So I have learned a lot on cruise, especially terminologies. And my favorite ones are life buoy, life jacket, and they emphasize the safety of the passengers, which is our top priority. And for me, it is a must to know the emergency code so we can have action plans in making our passengers safe and what make them feel scared. To admit it or not, we all want to enjoy and have the safety that we all need while we're having our voyage. Thank you so much.
And that concludes our midterm recitation.